McCullough.
Welcome back. It is That Kevin Show. And coming up tonight, the New Music Spotlight. The #1 song in the country, the artist that has the #1 song right here. That Kevin Show. You don't want to miss. That's coming up tonight at the end of this hour. So don't miss that. Caitlin Sinclair is my guest from Turning Point Action. And she has been kind of unfolding for us what a lot of people have been wondering about. And Caitlin, I understand what you're saying when it comes to the frustration with the single women, particularly in Manhattan, that know the real story. But I have a feeling that President Trump is breaking through on the messaging with particularly suburban women when it comes to the female vote for this go around, because unlike those single women that kind of feel like they're fearless and can do it all and overcome it all, no matter how, dangerous the place is, people are listening to folks like Megyn Kelly and others who are telling them, hey, your kids are at risk. And if you ignore this, and this is when I said this is a generational choice in terms of a vote, it doesn't get more contrast than the progressive, communist, socialist, Marxist worldview of Kamala Harris and the cabal that she's put together, and the, heaven forbid, America First viewpoint that Donald Trump espouses. I mean, the contrast is steep.
For sure. And, I think you're absolutely correct in the sense that Donald Trump is making waves here. Look, we're from Manhattan. There is no way that a few years ago we could be having these conversations and seeing such a shift happening in New York City. I wore a MAGA hat in New York City just a month ago. There is absolutely no shot I could have done that just a few short years ago. And let me add for your viewers, I was getting praise. I was getting cheers for wearing that MAGA hat. So there is absolutely a shift happening in New York. And you know why it's happening? Because these problems, the illegal migrants, all of these crises are showing up to Fifth Avenue, Park Avenue doorsteps. They're showing up from the Upper East Side where moms are trying to raise their young kids. So it's affecting everyone.
But beyond that, in the swing states, and particularly in the competitive states, it's interesting to have, as Donald Trump had at his convention, victims, families of our fallen in Afghanistan, victims, families of the brutal crimes of illegal migrants that came and told their stories, the victims' families of the hostages in Gaza that this administration has done literally bleeping nothing about. And then it was interesting to see the Democrat convention that you reported for us from, and to see billionaires like Michelle Obama and Oprah Winfrey, and since then, Meryl Streep and others that have come along and said, hey, you got to vote for Kamala because she's really the representation of the little guy, of the normal people. It's all billionaires and actresses and high-level celebrities for Kamala that are embracing her. And it really is the people of every day that are facing the torture of every day in what we have right now, that are supporting Donald Trump. And I think that message is getting through. What do you think?
I think this is an election about the forgotten American. This is an election about the American that feels that they don't have a voice in their elected career politician right now. You take the Bronx, for example, in New York. These folks have never heard from AOC. They have never seen Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez at her office. And a majority of these voters are African-American voters, and they're now voting for Donald Trump. They are now staunch supporters of Donald Trump in the Bronx. So anything is possible in this election. I absolutely agree. And if Donald Trump wants to continue attracting the female vote, I'll just quickly add for your viewers, I think we focus on MAHA. I think we focus on making America healthy again and the unity party, because that was such a powerful message we put out there. And I can tell you it will speak to the females. It will speak to the young voter. It will speak to the young new mom out there that wants the best for her kid. The women that actually care about reproductive rights and are actually doing their research on how we're being poisoned. MAHA and MAGA go hand in hand. So I think that is how we continue to fix that gender divide that we're witnessing right now between the two candidates.
Yeah, I generally tend to think that moms and women in general are very common sense, and they want safety, they want protection, they want an economy that works. In that Oprah town hall this last week, Kamala Harris was asked a very specific question: what will you do to increase the capacity for the cost of living for the little family like us? And she started off with her, well, I was born in a middle class family, and she went to La La Land with all the stuff that all the gobbledygook that she talks about. It doesn't even turn into an actual solution. And someone asked me, said, Kev, well, how would you have answered that? I said, it's easy. You do what President Trump's doing. You say, I'm going to bring down energy costs, which brings savings on everything. Cheaper groceries, cheaper gas, cheaper electricity. It all works that way. But Caitlin Sinclair, thanks for being with us tonight.
God bless.
Kevin McCullough coming back from New York. Don't go away.
Stick around for more of